Hi, I'm Eileen Wyatt, and I have the distinct pleasure of being here on the Harwich Junior Theatre stage today with two very distinguished gentlemen. To my left is Larry Marsland. Hello. And to my right is his Chris Morris. Nice to see you both.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me some of your time. And Larry, could you tell us a little bit about this wonderful show that you're going to be performing in this coming weekend?
Well, it's called Strictly Sinatra, which means exactly what it implies. We're doing only music of Frank Sinatra, which of course is a great pleasure because it pretty much means I can pick from every great song written in the 20th century.
You're absolutely right, because he spans over 60 years.
60 years of performing, yes. He sang pretty much every song worth singing eventually.
So this show should appeal to all age groups.
I think so. I think so. And I think when you say Strictly Sinatra, people know exactly what music they're going to hear. And there are so many people who love this music.
How did the two of you choose the songs to sing for the show?
Oh, that was so difficult. I labored over it for quite a few weeks. And every time I would get a final list, I would think, but what about Strangers in the Night? Or what about... you just can't do them all. We're doing 24 songs in this program, and I know people are going to say afterwards, I'm so disappointed you didn't do fill in the blank, but it's impossible. You know, so maybe we'll come back for a series.
I was just going to say, I can hear Strictly Sinatra Part 2 coming possibly. Do you weave a storyline together with these songs, or...?
It's a difficult balance. I don't want to keep people here for hours and hours, and I could talk for hours and hours about the life of Frank Sinatra and his career. So the strongest part of the program is going to be music. There's going to be some fill-in-the-blank things about Sinatra, but primarily it's the songs. They speak for themselves.
They certainly do. And not only do most of us in the age group of a 60-year span have some memory connected to a Sinatra song, but it also will be wonderful for younger people who perhaps aren't as used to hearing Sinatra tunes to come and hear some of the songs and know where they came from, because they might hear their parents or grandparents playing them or singing them. And I think it's wonderful to know what Frank Sinatra has given us.
I think it is. I think that this music, which they call the American Songbook, is it is a part of our artistic heritage in this country. This is many people, not all people, many people believe that that was an apex of popular music, the era when Cole Porter and Irving Berlin and the Gershwins were writing, Harold Arlen. These are the names that come up over and over again when you try to put together a Sinatra concert. I love this music. This is the music I listened to when I was a kid in the 50s, just as rock and roll was beginning, just as Elvis broke onto the scene and challenged Sinatra's career, actually. But look how Sinatra endured. He kept coming back. He kept finding a new way to approach us, and he was always on top.
He kept reinventing himself. I remember watching him back in, I think, in the 70s on television, and possibly the early 80s, when he would have special shows or he would be a guest star. And he traveled the country, of course, giving concerts. Can you tell me how you decided to do Sinatra as a show?
All summer long, I've been doing a play that I wrote called Night Falls on Emerald City about Judy Garland.
Oh, my.
So, first of all, after I act for a long period of time, I get very yearny to sing. I love to sing. It's the first thing I ever wanted to do. And so I think, how do you sing on Cape Cod if you're not a celebrity, but you want to attract an audience? So I'm not doing the Larry Marsland songbook. It's just a smaller crowd, you know? And so, so Sinatra, you pick the very best and shoot for that.
There you go. Could you tell me a little bit about Larry Marsland and how he came into the world of entertainment?
Gosh, well, I'm one of those rare things, a Cape Codder. I was born here.
A native Cape Codder, wow.
My mother's family came over on the Mayflower and hot-footed it down to Cape Cod. And when I was a child, I don't know what prompted her to do that, but my mother kept taking me to theaters to see shows. And my parents were not show people. They weren't that kind of people. And I was just astonished by what can happen in a theater when the lights go down and the impact a play, a performer can have on a group of people. And when I was 5, my mother brought me to the only radio station on Cape Cod. It was WOCB AM in West Yarmouth, and I auditioned for the Uncle Andy show, which was on every Saturday morning, and I sang Night and Day.
Oh my!
And it was Frank's arrangement. So I started young with Sinatra, but he was the one who had all the hits. So if you wanted to sing, that was the stuff you wanted to sing.
Oh, wonderful. And I understand that you left to go to New York after college?
I lived in New York for 30 years. For part of that time, I worked as an actor. I had been on the road for 6 years doing nightclubs in the 70s, and eventually I gave it all up. And I started an ad agency in New York, and I was there until my parents got very old and actually needed me to be around here. So I moved my business here, I worked here, and along the way, somebody who knew me from a million years ago called up and said, would you like to be in a show? And that started everything. And I've written 6 plays since then. I get to sing when I want to, and the theater life on Cape Cod is astonishing. You know, anyone who wants to perform, this is a great place to be.
I agree with you. Yes, it's a great atmosphere.
And great for kids who are hoping and aspiring. You know, so much opportunity. That's what you need.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Well, we have the show Strictly Sinatra, starring Larry Marsland, accompanied by Chris Morris, Friday night and Saturday night at 8 p.m. this coming weekend, September 30th and October 1st, and on Sunday, October 2nd at 4 p.m. And I was reminded to let you know that there is going to be a race on Sunday, and it is going to be approximately from 11 to 4 in the Harwich area. So just be aware of that, and maybe leave a few extra minutes when you're coming to the Sunday afternoon performance. That would be appreciated. And I wish both of you the best of luck with your show, and I know it's going to be well attended, and I'm looking very forward to hearing you sing a song, Larry.
Okay, sure.
Yes, and that will be next. But before we do that, I would like to also remind all of you that the Harwich Junior Theatre will be showing their next show. I believe it starts on October 13th and runs for a month, and it's called Promises, Promises, and it promises to be a very good show, and hopefully we'll be back to maybe do a little bit of that and talk to the cast. And also the Harwich Junior Theatre, as you know, has ongoing classes for young people who want to become a Larry Marsland or a Chris Morris. This is the place to come. As you know, my children both grew up in this theater in the summers, and it has really stood by them well in their adulthood. And they have very, very fond memories. So anyway, looking forward to hearing you sing and hearing you play. Thank you both for your time.
I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow, got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. And there's a song that I sing, I can make the rain go anytime I move my finger. Lucky me. Can't you see I'm in love? Life's a beautiful thing, long as I hold the string. I'd be a silly so-and-so if I should ever let go.